Hi and welcome. Raju writes a letter. Raju is writing a letter. Raju has written a letter. Raju has been writing a letter. In these four sentences, the subject Raju and the object letter is common, right? But what is changing? Of course, the form of a verb is changing. And so, the tense of all these sentences is changed. So of course all four sentences belong to same tense, that is present tense, but their usage is entirely different from one to other. And how different it is? So in this video we are going to learn about present tense and kinds of present tense and how these tenses are used for different purposes. Shall we start? But before we start, if you haven't subscribed this channel, I'd be really very happy if you please click on the subscription bell like button and do share the video so that I will come up with many this kind of videos in the future. And if you're ready, let's start. Welcome back. Present tense has basically four aspects. The first one is present simple tense, the second one is present continuous tense, third one is present perfect tense, and the fourth one is present perfect continuous tense. And now let us try to know about each one and how they are used, in what context they are used in a better manner. The first one is simple present tense. It is also called as present indefinite tense, and the structure of a sentence, how a sentence will be in simple present tense. The subject plus verb 1. Verb 1 is nothing but the first form of a verb. For example, I play, we play, you play, he, she, it plays, they play. These are all the persons, subjects we have in English language. And if you see the third person singular, he, she, it plays, instead of saying play, we added s, an extra letter s, and it becomes plays. Why? So it is very very important. Always in simple present tense, third person singular, a verb takes s or es to the base form. For example, if there is a word like go, it's a verb, right? It takes es because the verb go ends with o sound, that is vowel sound. That's the reason it takes es and it becomes goes, which means he goes, she goes, it goes. That is how we have to say. Whereas if it ends with, if a verb ends with a consonant sound, it takes only s. In a similar manner, play ended with y, that is a consonant sound, so we wrote only s, no es, only s. That's the reason it became plays, which means he plays, she plays, it plays. So this is very very important. Most of the time in competitive examinations there will be a question from this area. And when this tense is used, when a simple present tense is used, simple present tense is used widely in our day-to-day conversations. There are many more usages. Let's try to take some of them and try to understand. We use simple present tense to talk about regular activities and universal truths, habitual actions, quotations, announcements. So these are all the basic areas where we use simple present tense. And there are some keywords we can understand by looking at these keywords that this sentence belongs to simple present tense. Those keywords are usually, generally, commonly, often, frequently, seldom, rarely, always, ever, never, every day, daily, every Sunday, every month, every year, etc. So these are all the words, keywords that will guide us to know about this simple present tense. Let us try to take some examples and understand in a better manner. The first one is I watch movies regularly. It is a regular activity, daily. So we do this activity regularly. It has to be in simple present tense only. In the second sentence, the sun rises in the east. It's a fact. It's a universal truth. We cannot change. So universal truths also should be in simple present tense. In the next sentence, we always eat chicken. It's a habitual action. So habitual, regularly, habit, all the habits, all habitual actions should be in simple present tense only. So we always eat chicken is a regular activity, so it is an habitual action, so it has to be in simple present tense. In a similar manner, in the next sentence, empty vessels make noise. It's a quotation, so it's a quote, so it's a truth and quote also, so they should be in simple present tense. In the next sentence, the train leaves at 7 p.m. We may be talking this at 12 p.m. but we are talking about 7 p.m. future time, because it is a fixed schedule and it will certainly leave at 7 p.m. Not only that, it is also an announcement. So fixed schedules also should be written or spoken in simple present tense. So simple present tense simply has a structure of subject plus verb 1, and third person singular takes SRES, and it is used for regular activities, universal truths, habitual actions, quotations and announcements. And the second one in the present tense is present continuous tense. It is also called present progressive tense, and it is also called present imperfect tense. And the structure of a sentence in present continuous tense is subject plus am, is, are plus verb 1 plus ing form. So here the helping verbs am, is, are used, and am is used with only the first person singular I, is used with third person singulars he, she, it, and are is used with all the plural subjects. And for example, if you see them in the examples, I am playing, we are playing, you are playing, you are playing, he is playing, she is playing, they are playing. So this is the basic structure of a sentence in present continuous tense. And now when this particular tense is used, so this particular tense is used for all ongoing actions in the present tense. For example, the actions which are taking place at the time of speaking. So for such kind of activities, we use present continuous tense, and there are certain keywords. These words help us to use this sentence in an effective manner. They are now, right now, at this moment, at present, at this instant, listen, look, see here, don't disturb, till. These are all the different words which will help us to use this particular tense in a better manner. And let us see some examples how this particular tense is used. I am watching TV now. So now I am doing it, right? So this is in present continuous tense. Right now we are listening to the music. So right now, at present it is happening. So we are listening to the music. So it is in present continuous tense. Look, she is dancing. So look means you have to look, she is presently dancing. So it is in present continuous tense. Don't disturb, he is studying. Activity is going on. Studying is going on. Listen, the children are shouting. So shouting, they are now shouting. So present continuous tense is used to talk about all ongoing actions, the actions which are happening at the time of speaking. The structure is very simple. It has a subject, am, is, are plus verb 1 plus ing form. And the third tense in present tense is present perfect tense. The structure of a sentence in present perfect tense is subject plus have or has plus verb 3, which means third form of a verb, that is past participle of a verb. And have is used for all plural subject and I, first person singular also, and has is used for third person singular subjects. For example, if you see them in sentences, I have played, we have played, you have played, you have played, he has played, she has played, it has played, they have played. And these are all the basic structures of a sentence in present perfect tense. And this particular tense is used to talk about the actions that are completed just now. Not only that, completed actions which have some effect in the present or which are related to the present somehow. So for such kind of situations, for such kind of occasions, we use this particular tense, and there are certain words which guide us to identify or use this particular tense in an effective manner. They are the keywords. The keywords are like just now, yet, already, ever, never, so far, till now, up to now, until now, by now, recently, lately, etc. These words will help us to use this particular word present perfect tense in a better manner. Let us take some examples and try to understand it in a better manner. I have taken tea in the morning. So you are talking in the afternoon that you have taken tea in the morning. So it is just completed in the morning. So I have taken tea in the morning. Not I took two in the morning when you are talking in the afternoon. So in the second sentence, we have watched a song just now. So we have watched a song just now, 1 hour ago or 2 hours ago. That's it. In a near past. In the next sentence, she has already written the exam. So she completed 1 hour ago. So she has already completed. So near completed action. So it's a just completed action. So next sentence, he hasn't returned till now. So till now he hasn't returned. It is not yet completed. It's a negative sentence. In the next sentence, they have moved here recently. So the action was done 2-3 days ago, but the action's impact is there in the present. So that's the reason this sentence is also belongs to present perfect tense. The structure of a sentence in present perfect tense is subject plus have or has plus verb 3, and it is used for all the completed actions in the near past, which means the actions that are completed just now. And not only that, the actions which are completed which have the effect in the present. And the fourth tense in present tense is present perfect continuous tense. It is also called present perfect progressive tense. The structure of a sentence in present perfect continuous tense is subject plus have or has plus been plus verb 1 plus ing form. So have, we already know it is used for all plural subjects, and I also. Has, automatically it is used for the third person singular subject, he, she, it. If you see them in the examples, I have been playing, we have been playing, you have been playing, you have been playing, he has been playing, she has been playing, it has been playing, they have been playing. So these are all the basic structures of present perfect continuous tense. And when this particular tense is used, and this particular tense is used to talk about or denote an action begin in the past, continuing up to now, and may be possible to continue in the future also. So started in the past, continuing now, it may continue in the future also. For such kind of occasions, for such kind of situations, we use present perfect continuous tense. And one more important thing, the keywords here are, there are two keywords. They are since and for. Basically these two words are prepositions. Since is used to talk about or to denote a point of time, that is when an action began in the sentence. So since is used to talk about a point of time when that particular action has begun, whereas for is used to denote how long that particular activity has taken place, which means the period of time, how much time that particular activity has taken place. That is the slightest difference, and you have to remember it in this particular tense. It's very, very important also. Let us take some examples and try to understand these since and for in a better manner. The first one is, I have been watching TV since 5 p.m. So this fellow started watching TV at 5 p.m. So action started at 5 p.m. and he may be talking at 10 p.m. but the action started at 5 p.m. So that's the reason since. So since 5 p.m. he has been watching. The activity started at 5 p.m. It is continuing. He may further continue to watch also. That's the reason I have been watching TV since 5 p.m. So why since? The action started at 5 p.m. In the next sentence, he has been learning English for 6 years. For 6 years. 6 years is a total period of time. He started learning English 6 years ago and it is continuing even now also. So it's entire time. So the total period of time 6 years. He may continue further also. That's the reason it's a period of time. So for is used here. He has been learning English for 6 years. In a similar manner, in the next sentences, we have been waiting for Amelia since 10 a.m. Activity started at 10 a.m. So since. In the next sentence, it has been raining for 2 hours. Period of time 2 hours. So for 2 hours. In the next sentence, she has been suffering from fever since 2 days. She has been suffering from fever since Sunday. So action started on Sunday. So that's the reason since. So this is how since, for are used. Since is used to talk about point of time, that is when an action began, whereas for is used to talk about period of time, that is how long that activity has taken place in a sentence. So present perfect continuous tense is used to talk about an action which started in the past, continuing in the present, maybe continuing in the future also. And the structure of a sentence in the present perfect tense is subject plus have or has plus been plus verb 1 plus ing form. So I think you understood now. When I say Raju writes a letter, which means he writes a letter regularly every day. Whereas if I say Raju is writing a letter, which means he is writing now at present. So it's going on activity. Whereas if I say Raju has written a letter just now, he has completed writing a letter just now, 1 hour ago. Or if I say Raju has been writing a letter, which means he started writing a letter in the morning, he may be continuing even now also, and he may continue after 1 hour also. So this is the basic difference among all these 4 sentences. So I hope you have understood how all these 4 different kinds of tenses of present tense are used to serve different purposes of our language. And we will learn about past tense and future tense in the upcoming videos. If you really like this video, don't forget to click on the subscription bell like buttons and do share the video so that I will come up with many this kind of videos in the future. Thank you very much for watching the entire video.